Good evening. Okay, so hope everyone are doing good. So did you complete it? Practicals? Yes? What did we discuss in our last class? Ingress controllers? Yeah. Yeah, pod scheduling. Inside that, we discuss about what? Node selector, node affinity, preferred required, and then taints and tolerance. And also we discuss about Helm, Argo CD, package manager, right? Did you complete it? Super. And did you try that taints and tolerance? It worked, huh? Okay, I'll tell you one thing. So that is one thing. So when I was I observed one thing. Taints and tolerance does not guarantee you. That's the answer for it. So whatever we did is correct only. So taints and tolerance will not guarantee that pod will be there or not. The pod will be scheduled on the particular node or not. That's the reason why the next node affinity. As I said, taints and tolerance is the old mechanism, right? And the latest mechanism is which one? Node affinity. So if you want to schedule exactly on the particular node, please don't use taints and tolerance because scheduler will not guarantee on that. So if you want to use particularly the pod should be there on particular node, then go for node affinity required, not even preferred. That is the answer for it. Okay. So whatever we did is correct only. That was expected. Sometimes for some people, for you, some people you might get on the same node. Some people will not get because it will not guarantee. Okay. Yeah, Dinesh. Good. If that is, but we should give that tolerance and we should give that values. No. Exactly. When you put no schedule. When you put no schedule effect. When you put the no schedule effect, so then definitely no other pods will get schedule only. Only if you have a tolerance of that values, then only it will be scheduled. Good that you got. I think everyone got masters on Kubernetes now. So with this, you have got 3 to 4 years of minimum 3 to 4 years of experience knowledge. Yes or no? So it's really good. The only thing is you need to wait for interview opportunity. Yeah. Okay. So today let's go with the next topic. And we have been learning so many tools till now. The next tool is related to monitoring. What is that? What is that? Monitoring. So whenever we talk about the monitoring, what are the tools that we get in our mind? There are so much are available. There are so many tools are available, right? Out of this, the mostly commonly used tool in the real time, that is Prometheus and Grafana. Say that. Prometheus and Grafana. So let's talk about these things. It's very easy. It is just what we do is we need to set it up and we'll start monitoring. That's it. There is no much technical inside it. So it is just all about monitoring and then aggregating the logs. So to start with it, I wrote here, first of all, you need to know what is observability. What is that? Observability. What is the meaning of observability? Generally, normally, observing, meaning yes or no? Observing what? Monitoring, observing, right? And then it keep on observing what is happening, how it is happening, right? So in the IT, in the real time, instead of saying monitoring, people also say it as what? Observability. What is that? observability. So it is very, very important concept for important aspect from DevOps engineers point of view. So in DevOps, observability is refers to the software tools and methodologies that help dev and operations team to collect the logs, to correlate, to analyze the logs, and to perform, do the monitoring and check the performance of the nodes, clusters. Everything is in the real time and get the nice graphs. Everything will come under what? Observability. What is that? Yeah, correct. So it is very crucial or not? So it is very crucial. So for that reason, in observability, mainly we have three things. What are those? Monitor, logs, and alerts. Say that. Monitor, logs, and alerts. Alerts, we have done same thing. In Jenkins, we have done the alerting, right? Google SMTP, we have to write, remember, right? Yeah. So here also we'll do the same alerting. It's just about you'll get the emails. The same thing you need to repeat it. So main thing here is monitoring and then logs. Monitor, logs, and then alerting. So for this, what we have is the perfect thing nowadays in real time they use is what? Grafana. Say that. Remember, Prometheus, Grafana, both are not same. Both are different works. So people will call it as, it is a combination, Prometheus and then Grafana. So first of all, let's talk about what is Grafana. What's that? What is Grafana? Previously, only a system engineer or DevOps engineer will use to do a commands and monitor the machine. So is it good only one person should monitor or everyone should monitor? Everyone in the team should able to monitor or not? So for that reason, you need to have something centrally located where you should have some portal, username and password where you can see all kind of visualizations or not. And which is a tool to help you to do all these things is Grafana. Which one? Grafana in shortcut, we can call it as, it is for what purpose? Visualization purpose. What's that? Visualization purpose. Understood? So it will not get the data. It will take the data which is coming from some other tool, and then this Grafana will help you to visualize the data nicely in the graphs, in the nice what do you call logos and everything. So nice vision. We'll be seeing all these things. Okay. So what is, so remember, Grafana is for what purpose? Na? Visualization purpose. What purpose? And coming to Prometheus. What is that? Prometheus. Prometheus is also an open source tool. And by the way, in the real time, all the companies will go with the open source. Why? To save the cost. Simple as that. So this, our Prometheus is also an open source. For what purpose? Monitoring and then alerting system. So it collects and stores metrics over time and can be used monitoring application, infrastructure and everything. So it is for what? Prometheus is for what purpose? Monitoring purpose. What purpose? Monitoring purpose. You might have not, I don't know whether you heard it or not, but this is very important. Here it is something called Grafana Loki. Say that. Grafana Loki. So Loki is also, Loki is mainly, it's a log collection tool. What's that? Log. It will collect the logs. Remember, we have CloudWatch logs, right? So here also what we have? Loki, which is used to collect the what? Logs from the machine. And then we have something called Promptail. Say that. Promptail is an agent which will go on the nodes, collect the logs, and give it to whom? Loki. So you can think as Promptail is like an agent, and then Loki is to collect the logs. And Grafana is the one which will give you nice visualization for that logs. You see the interconnections. So Prometheus is for what purpose? To monitor your metrics, CPU utilizations, all these things. Grafana is used for what purpose? Visualization purpose. And for log collector, which one will you use? Loki. And then what is the agent that we use for that? Promptail. Which one? Promptail. Hey, forgot. Yesterday, I apologize for because yesterday I didn't had any thought that I started at 7 o'clock and I ended it at 9:15. I have seriously, right? I should supposed to end at 8:30, right? Actually, I didn't understand. I think later when I was driving back home in my car, I was thinking, why Kalyani said, "Sir, my kids are waiting for the dinner. Why should she every day she's listening to the class? No, it's not that much delayed. Why one student got affected with this class?" I was thinking. So, guys, remember, whenever you put anything in the chat, I'll take it very seriously. I'll take it very seriously. I'll try to analyze what is the reason behind that the student has kept that message. Not only Kalyani, anyone. So when I was analyzing, then I realized that I took the class at till 9:15. It was about to end at 8:30. So sorry, I didn't. That is not at all in my mind at all. So that too, you are in the finishing of Kubernetes. It was very interesting topic and all, right? Yeah. Kalani, I hope you might have said to your kids. Sorry from my side. Yeah. Yes. All right. Let's move on. Understood the difference between all these tools? So what are the tools that we have here? Number one is Grafana, Prometheus, Loki, Promptail. So all these things will set up. And don't worry, if you go to internet, I bet if you go to internet and ask you to set up Prometheus and Grafana and Loki and Grafana and all these things, and there is no documentation everywhere how these are interconnected with each other, right? So I sat and I wrote everything here and I made a nice documentation for you so that you can use it for your lifetime purpose. Okay. So for monitoring, we use several tools, Nana. So do you remember Nagios? What is that? Nagios, say, Kibana, ELK, Jabex, Grafana, New Relic, Prometheus, right? Grafana I wrote 2 times. And then here we have what? Splunk, right? So there are so many tools are available in the market for monitoring purpose. So you should not be master in all the tools. You should know at least every tool is in. The only thing is how to do the integrations. Every tool is similar where it will show the nice visualizations. Okay, so no voice, no voice. Yeah. Online, okay, understood everyone. So we have different tools are available. All these tools are, it's every company is very independent. It depends upon their budget standards. They will go with the license based or with the open source also. Okay, so I told you about Prometheus. Simply Prometheus is free and open source monitoring tool. It collects what? Metrics of nodes. So it stores metrics in time series database. Which type of data is this? Time series databases, and it uses something called PromSQL. What's that? PromSQL language. We heard about SQL language, and this Prometheus is using what? PromSQL language. And this Prometheus can be integrated with any of, have you heard about Slack? In real time, you'll be using Slack is a communication tool that we use. Like Teams, Microsoft Teams is, similar things. So Prometheus is for monitoring, the monitoring tool, which collects the metrics, whereas Grafana is for what purpose? Visualization tool. Which one? What is the default username for Grafana? Admin, password is admin. So that is the quick overview of what is this Prometheus graph and all the tools about. And what we do, let's go and set up these tools. First of all, we need to have the cluster. I'll show you in 2 ways. One is how to set up this Prometheus Grafana on the Kubernetes cluster. And also I'll show you separately on independent EC2 instances, how do we install, setup and monitor other nodes also. So 2 ways I'll be showing you. And then yesterday, remember we discussed about Helm. What is Helm? Helm is a package manager or not for Kubernetes. Remember in yesterday, Argo CD we have installed using Helm. Yes or no? We created a namespace for Argo CD and we installed, we pulled the repos and we updated the repos. Remember? And similarly, we using the help on using the help, we'll be installing what here? Prometheus also. Should we go and set it up? No need to remember, just you need to copy paste the step. It is just an installation. Okay. So super damn easy. See here. So first of all, what we need to install the Helm or not? Let's go and install the Helm and then kubectl get nodes. So the cluster is ready here. Yes, Dinesh is ready. Just to save the time, I did it already. As you have done so many times cluster, right? So do you have any pods here with me? kubectl get pods. We don't have any pods, so we don't have anything here. Um, okay, nothing. Okay, now so let's move on. What do we need to install? First, we need to install what? Helm. So get this, download the Helm package. So if you do ls, so we have this Helm here. We have the Helm here. So let us go. We have installed we have downloaded the Helm, and what we need to do? We need to give the permissions or not. So we need to give the permissions, and also we need to install that. Yes, Tausif. Helm is what? What is Helm, Anna? It's a package manager. If you remember yesterday, we discussed all these things. How we have M for Red Hat and for Ubuntu Debian based app. Similarly for Kubernetes, what we have here? Helm. Okay. So let's do chmod. We give the permissions here. Git helm. And then what we'll just run that helm. And then helm, which one? Version. So helm is installed. Helm is installed. And then we need to install metric server or not? Because this is all about monitoring. So definitely we need to have what here? Metric server. Take this and then install this. Okay. And then let's steps to install here Prometheus. First, what we need to do Nana, in Helm, we need to add the repositories or not. Remember for the Helm, first if you, for every tool you have a separate repositories in the Helm. Helm is a repository or not? Helm repository. Yesterday I showed you. Like similar like Docker Hub, we have separate images for every tool or not? So here also for Helm, we have the Helm repository where for every tool you have the charts over there. What do you have? Charts. And that particular repository, you need to add it here locally or not? So for that, what we need to do? So Helm repo, add this Prometheus community charts. You need to add it. Charts added. And then Grafana charts also. So I'm installing here both Prometheus and then Grafana. Prometheus is for used for what purpose? Monitoring the metrics of the nodes. And whereas Grafana is used for what purpose? Visualization. So I need to open Prometheus or Grafana to see all my data. Grafana. Which one? Grafana is for what purpose? Visualization tool purpose. No. Node exporter, it's only to, it's like an agent, only to collect the logs from a particular node. So node exporter will not, it not replace the metric server. No, no. Yeah. So let's go and update, Helm update. Okay, and then repo list. Okay, see here, guys. So if I do Helm repo list, what are the two repos that I have added here locally? Prometheus community and then two. So I have the two repos here. So now, chalo, let's go and install what here? Prometheus. So for that, what we need to create first? namespace. Do we have first we need to get the namespaces, right? What's the command to get the namespaces? kubectl get ns. kubectl get. Do we have any namespace? We have it few. So let it be. And then let's go and create our own namespace. Command kubectl create name space. Which one? Prometheus. So let's go with the same name because the entire thing is with that only name. Okay. Okay. So now let's go and install Prometheus using Helm. Using what? Helm. So don't worry. And you're installing Helm. You're installing Prometheus in which namespace? Prometheus namespace that we have just created. So simply take this. Don't worry about the tender command. It's common everywhere. And then install. Okay. So get the pods, kubectl, get pods from where? From yes. We have the pods running already. And then get namespace. We have the namespace called Prometheus already. Namespace are ready. And then pods are also running. So Prometheus setup is done. Now similarly, we need to create what? Grafana. So let's create a namespace, Grafana, and then install the Grafana. Okay. So Grafana is also done. So if you want to kubectl namespace, which one? Grafana. So Grafana is also running pod. So my Prometheus pods are also running. Grafana pods is also. So if you want to see the service, we have the load balancer here for the Grafana. Yes or no? You can use it, or else we can go with the instance IP address and put it into the browser also. And what's the password I have given for the Grafana here? Root 12345 6. Our username is what? Admin. And then password is root 12345 6. So let's go with the IP address and then open it, right? So which IP address I need to take? Which IP address I need to take? Which one? Node, huh? And then yeah. Will it work? What we need to do? So we need to enable the ports security groups. Here I go with what? I'll just go with the all traffic. But I have one small doubt here. And then we have load balancer also got created. First, let us go and check with this. Yes. Welcome to Grafana. In real-time project, what we will set in security group? What you'll set? Protocols. Why, Dinesh? It's just of time waste, right? You guys are already expert on Route 53 makeup, right? Why to time waste? So, okay. So, Omnath is asking here, in real time, what we will set in the security groups. In security group, do not enable all traffic, but so you should put the only a particular port number, custom port number, you can use it. So, what's the default username? Admin password. And there we go. So, everyone understood how to set up Grafana? Yes or no? Online? CTC is clear now until here? So, and Prometheus is also installed, right? So Prometheus is also installed on the machine. So now what we do is Prometheus is the one which will be giving you the metrics, right? And Grafana is the one who will be helping you to visualize those metrics. So for that reason, what we need to do is in Grafana, we need to add a data source. What we need to do? Add a data source. Click on here, add data source. And which one you need to select here? Prometheus. Which one? Like this, if you want to visualize all your monitoring metrics and all, go with the Prometheus. So if you want to visualize the logs, then go for which one? Loki. So we have so many tools are available here. This Grafana will support so many tools, right? So, but here, let's go with which one here? Prometheus. So select the Prometheus as a data source. What's the name of the data source I have given here? Prometheus. Okay, na? How is fine? Visible, huh? Huh? Not clear. The tool is like this only. And by the way, this projector is also not good. Okay. And then here, your Prometheus is using on Prometheus is installed on the machine or not already. So here, as you are using the Prometheus, you install this Prometheus in the cluster, so there is a default URL is there. So we can use that URL. Okay, do you see this URL? So this we can use this URL here to configure. Okay. And then simply click on here what? Save and test. If you click on save and test, do you see this? Successfully queried the Prometheus API. So because we have already set up the Prometheus, right, on the machine, we installed two things. What are the two things we installed? Grafana and then Prometheus. Grafana we have opened and Prometheus is already installed in it. Prometheus is in the, it just like in the back end is what? Prometheus. Front end is Grafana. Okay. So now, do you see on the left side, we have the data source. So data source Prometheus is set up or not? Now what we can do is we can create a dashboards. What we can create? Dashboards. So let's create a dashboard. How to create a dashboard? Click on new. And then here we have something called either you can create your own dashboard or we can import the dashboards. What's that? Import. Click on import. Okay, see here. Grafana has so many dashboards. Grafana has what? So many dashboards. For every dashboard, like in your phone also, you have mobile themes, right? In your phone, you have mobile themes, right? There are so many themes are available or not? Each theme will have an ID or not? Each themes will have an ID. So based on if you select the theme and the particular theme will come on your entire phone or not. Here also we have a Grafana dashboard. For every dashboard, you have a ID. So how to get to know that IDs? Do you see here? Grafana dashboard URL is there, no? Click on it. So these are all the nice, what do you call, themes are available, dashboards. Let's say, for example, do you see this here? Which one? These are all featured. Prometheus. So these are dashboards are available, right? So do you see the node exporter you're talking about? You can think node export is like an agent only. So here, and also, okay, do you have this? Okay, let's take, for example, this. What is the ID here? Right side? 1860. What is that? So you can import this dashboard with this ID here. What's the ID you put here? For example, 1860. 1860. Click on load. So this is note exporter. Here we have, what is the data source we have used? Prometheus, and click on your what? Import. Do you see? Do you see this here? So these Kubernetes related things, everything, your CPU, RAM details, everything, it is here or not? Like this, you have so many dashboards are available. So many dashboards. I just listed down few IDs here. So if you're interested, we can go with the little bit IDs here. What is the IDs here? 6417. Let's go and import 6417. How? Go to dashboard, new, import. Which one? What's the number? 64. I showed you how to find out the IDs. Click on load. So this is monitoring our Kubernetes cluster. The cluster itself, it will monitor. That is what we need, right? How do you need to monitor your Kubernetes cluster, right? And how do you monitor Kubernetes cluster using Prometheus and Grafana? This is the concept. So here, let's go and then click on and select the data source and then import. So now it is coming up. Just now we use it, right? So let it come. Cluster pod usage, cluster CPU usage, cluster memory usage, right? Cluster pod capacity, right? Guys, deployment replicas, right? And then deployment enable every deployment nodes related, pods related. How many pods failed? How many pods running? How many pods are running here? 29 pods. How many containers are running? See? So just refresh this once. So let it give some time automatically. This will pick up. Guys, understood? We can monitor, see how many pods are running. You can easily find out from here. How many jobs are running here? So by seeing this, can you easily find out the status of our cluster or not? So last 30 minutes also you can apply, last 1 hour, last 2 hours, last how many days, 6 months, yesterday, based on the timings also, you can do this. You can refresh from here also. And if you leave it some time, then you will get all the graphs over here. Understood? Guys, understood online? How to monitor your Kubernetes cluster? And there is also one more thing here. What? 315. Should we go and import and see what is that? I listed it. I went to the Grafana dashboard. I picked a few dashboards and IDs, and those are all important IDs. You can use directly those IDs. Okay. So what is the next ID here? 3 and 5. Tell me how to import. New, import. Which one? 315. Load. So this is Kubernetes cluster monitoring. Ooh, do you see this? Now here it shows cluster memory usage, how much it is using? 52%. Cluster CPU usage. And the network IO pressure, how much it is coming? What else you need? It's super, no? So so actually our company, we are not using Prometheus. We are using Datadog. So I can, and we are also having clusters running. I can tell the team, we have a L team, monitoring team is there, 24/7 monitoring team will be there. So we can tell that, so please set up this Prometheus, Grafana for our clusters. And then we have our big monitors fixed. So big LED TVs will be there, no? So 2-3 TVs will be there in front of the L1 team. So they are 24/7, the night shifts will be there for them. So what they'll do, we can set up these dashboards there or not? It's live, bloody live. right? And then we can easily, just in case something goes wrong, if CPU utilization is showing 100%, I can easily by seeing, looking at why those people while walking here and there, I'll go and see, no, yes or no. So like this, we can set up. Alerts. Then saying, yeah. One of my bichara friend just monitor on Nagios whole night shift. Yeah. 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 And Dinesh, I'll tell that also. Hold on. Okay. So do you see? So we can pick up the nice IDs and then you can monitor it. Okay. Next, if you want to monitor nodes individually, if you want to monitor nodes individually. So what is in here? 1860. Should we go and let's go import 1860. So node. Okay, this is already there, right? Node exporter is there. We have already did it. And PV and PVC. Take this number. We have one cluster only, Prajwal, but it'll work for all the clusters. So it is related to your Kubernetes storage volumes. Who is the backend data source is our Prometheus. You understand how the Prometheus is coming up? So Prometheus will acting as a backend, whereas Grafana will be showing you the entire visualization. So do you see namespaces and everything? You will get it here. POCs, PVCs, all the details. Whichever you want, you can get it. All this is nice graphs. Really nice. Pod metrics 747. If you want to monitor the pods, guys, here we are monitoring the node. We are monitoring the Kubernetes cluster. We are monitoring the volumes. Now we can also monitor what? Pods. What's the number? 747. Kubernetes pod metrics. Really nice. So Sham is saying SpaceX uses Grafana for monitoring. Right? Good. Guys, do you see this here? Oh my God. Do you see red color? You're able to see from there. Huh? Okay. Actually, this is not showing properly, but here it is looking very nice. So here, so pod IP address, pod status, something is failed here, right? And then memory usage is 135%. Use this GB, total of this, everything. Oh, what are these? It looks like I went to like watching ICU. Okay. So do you see this here? Kubernetes pod slice, burstable. Damn, you will get everything is real time or not? It's just moving. Yes or no? So these are all the pods here. All the CPU just for every pod. See, these are all the pods. These are all the pods here. Understood? Huh? All individual pod statistics. These are all individual pods. Do you see this here? There are so many pods available. These are all individual pod statistics. Okay. And this one is to show your entire Kubernetes overview. Let's go and check what is that. So Kubernetes monitoring overview. Ooh, really nice, right? So do you see all our node unshutable, right? Unschedulable, right? And then node not ready and control panel. This is the perfect app for the entire Kubernetes monitoring. So your control panel is up or not? Control plane is up or not? Master node, right? So this one and disk pressure, network related CPU metrics, how many nodes? How many nodes are there for us? 3 nodes in total. What are the pod usage? 9.9339% CPU memory usage. Sorry. And then how many pods are running here? 31 pods. So API server request latency, you can monitor your API server also, right? You can monitor your etcd, etcd also. And you can monitor the networking here also, here in the bottom. How much traffic incoming and then you can monitor multiple clusters, multiple nodes. Do you see here nodes, Dinesh? So this one you're asking, right? So individual nodes you can do it. If you want to add in another node here, there is a process to add it. We'll talk. There is an YAML file you need to update. You etc file you need to update, host file. So but you can select here multiple nodes and then select it. Let's say you selected this. See how many pods are there on the particular nodes? 12 pods. Clear? So if you monitor the API server in real time, which metrics mostly monitor by us? It is not about which one is comfortable for you, can go for it. But at least I would say the one which I have used now, Kubernetes overview, where you are monitoring your master node, worker nodes, individual, how many pods are running, everything, you can monitor from here. And then if you want to monitor your API server, we have a separate ID for it. Guys, like this, I listed few IDs when I got a time. So, but you can also go and list your particular IDs, however, whatever you want or not. This is your API server. Guys, is it clear? Online, is this clear? Exactly, Tausif. So this will Prometheus Grafana work not only for AWS, it work for Azure, any other cloud providers also. Now everyone understood how to monitor your Kubernetes cluster using Prometheus and Grafana? Everyone clear? Online CC? Just now, this is API monitoring only. Just now I gave this ID. Who is that? Prajwal. The one which you are seeing is API only. As it's showing no data because that is not received yet. If you have the data, it will show the data here. Do you see this here? Cube controller summary and then this cube scheduler also. And then API server details. How many requests came, how many requests is going, how many requests are success, everything you can monitor from here. Now we don't have data because we just created the cluster. Clear up? This is how you set up monitoring. For if usage increase in okay, what is the next position? What is the next position here? If your usage is increasing, you need to find out and then resolve it. No, why it is going on, and in particular namespace, what is happening? Why the pod is getting increased? Go and check the processes, right? And then if the node, the CPUs are going high up and high up, then you taint it and then move all the pods to other and then increase the RAM CPUs. And just in case if a worker node, if you shut down and then change it also, any problem? Any problem? Odd pods will be shifted to the other nodes or not? So this is the super thing that Kubernetes cluster is providing. So you need to do all this. Like similar troubleshooting, how we do it in AWS EC2 instances, similar here. Okay, so this is all about how to set up Prometheus Grafana and monitor the Kubernetes cluster. So I also have a how to set up Prometheus and Grafana, not with Kubernetes I showed you, but if you want to monitor individual nodes, let's say you have application server, database servers, you have different server, not Kubernetes. If you have standalone machines also, can we monitor using Prometheus and Grafana? For that also I have set up things for you. Should we go and do the setup here quickly? It's very easy. And I have the script also to install Prometheus and Grafana on your machines directly. See here. Let's monitor our EC2 instances with whom? With Prometheus and Grafana. I have given you a few things here. See, Grafana is for what purpose? Visualizing metrics and logs. And then Loki is for what purpose? For aggregating and storing logs. Promptel, agent, Prometheus. And there is also something called log stash. What is that? that we are not using it, but for log processing and forwarding, we use what here? Logstash, Kibana. There are so many other tools are available. Rajul, you're asking me? Then I'll answer. So next here, let's go and set up here. Launch. For this, what we do, we will say we will have 3 EC2 instances. How many? 3 EC2 instances. One is we call it as monitoring server, where we have this Prometheus and Grafana, and then we'll set up how many nodes here? 2 nodes. Guys, and Prometheus works on which port number? Say that. 9090. Grafana is working on which number? Port number 3000. Node exporter. Node exporter meaning here it is like an agent that you need to install on all the worker nodes. On all the worker. Let's say which is our monitoring server. This is the main server or not? So here for work in this worker node, what we need to install? Node exporter. Here also what I need to install? Node exporter. And for Loki, 3100. These port numbers you need to remember it. You should know, because once we install, we should know what tools are working on, or we need to check from the URL, right? We need to put the port numbers. That's why I listed over here. So should we go and set up 3 EC2 instances, Amazon Linux 2? Let's go and set up. So Amazon Linux 2, I'm setting up. T2 micro is fine. Okay. So I go with 730. Edit it. 1A. This is fine. So how many we are going for here? Can you give for more also? Exact. No. Prompt tail also will use it. Prompt tail also will use. That is for log aggregation. This node exporter, what will do? It will give the metrics from the node or not? Okay. So now these are running. So I call it as a shortcut. This is Prometheus and Grafana, right? What is the shortcut we'll give? PJ? PG. Little bit different. Promograph. Huh? Nice, no? Prometheus, Grafana. Prograph. Huh? I think is whatever. Okay. Prograph. Okay. So I call it as what? Node 1. And this one I call it as what? Node 2. Okay. So let's go and connect to all these machines. Let's go with the promograph. So guys, what do you say? Kubernetes is easy? Bolo, let me see your face. Kubernetes is easy? Huh? Actually, it is difficult. But after you learning from me, easy or difficult? You understand the concept, right? Practice should be there. Do not expect all the commands should be in your brains. But from technical point of view, all A to Z Kubernetes topic is clear for you. Logics are clear now. That is what we need. And it is really, really hard if someone says, if you go out and say Kubernetes is easy, they will look from top to bottom. Yes, sir. But here it is it just like yeah, we know everything. We just need to practice it. Correct? Uh, Very good. Very good, Nana. I'm very happy for you. Okay, so let's go. Put namaste and then host name, CTL, set hyphen host name, promo, graph, sudo hyphen I. So this is Prometheus and Grafana will be here. And this one, node one, right? So host name, CTL, set hyphen host name, node one. This one also, host name, CTL, set hyphen host name, node two. You know how I worried when I was in college days. Everyone, my friends and all, the computers, we had a lab in computer lab. Like this, big machines will be there. And then that monitor, big bump. Uh-huh. That big bump monitors was there. And my friends, some people, they're typewriting, tada, 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 tada. And we used to, they used to, on those days, we used to learn typewriting. A typewriter will be there, no? The big fatafat will do, and then we'll push like this, fatafat and push. Remember? So those who want to go to the computer side, they must know how to do the typing. So purposefully, all our parents, we used to join these typewriters, and then that ASDF, all these letters we used to write here on that fingertips. We used, huh? No, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the reason. My friends, they all joined. They learned, but I found very difficult. I skipped the classes. I skipped. I didn't win. I didn't join. And then when they came to the lab, all fat the tapa sounds, right? So they are getting. But you know why? How I am typing? There is A, one finger. A. Where is B? B. Integer, INT, and by the time I type one program, C program, they used to compile, debug, everything is done for them. And I was really worried how to do that. And slowly, when I joined Infosys, what I used to do is, I used to open the notepad and then start typing by myself. And then practice. And I didn't put a lot of effort also. And then Aram say automatically my fingers knows that alphabets where it is. But if I want to see and type, I cannot type. If I want to see and type, I don't know where T is. I don't know where P is, but my finger knows. You also, right? Yeah. Good. Okay. So here we have set up few things. Let us go and then do this individually now. Okay, guys, there is a superscript. The scripts are available everywhere. Don't expect that I wrote a script. So installing this, that is called muscle memory. Acha. Okay, doctor. Okay, Abhishek, I was kidding. Okay. Okay, see here. Here it is installing what? Prometheus and all the stuff. And here it installing what? Grafana. Here it installing what? Three things it is installing in one shot. So just grab this entire thing from here. This everything is script only till here. Okay. Let's install. Okay. vi promo.sh. Okay. Don't expect to read that script and then try to understand. Unnecessarily, you'll become mad. Okay. Don't do that. So it's there already. Okay. At least you should know this command now. How to run the command. sh dot slash also works. Okay. So now it is installing what? Three things that is installing. What are the three things? Okay. Number one is active already. Prometheus is active running. Done. And then it is installing what? Oh, what is failed? No, okay. It mirroring one another mirror it tried. Okay. It succeeded. No problem. So Grafana it is installing. It succeeded. Wow. That is also running. Node exporter is also running. Install. Do you see node exporter? Node exporter is running and done. All three are done. Prometheus is done. Grafana is done. Node exporter. Do you understand why we installed three things here? So Grafana is for visualization purpose. Prometheus is for monitoring the metrics, and node exporter is to it's like agent. It's like agent. There we have metric server, no? In Kubernetes cluster. There we have metric server. Here we have what? Node exporter. Where node exporter works like an agent, will provide the entire information to Prometheus. Prometheus collect all the metrics and give it to Grafana. Yes, whenever you see the green, yeah, we'll feel very happy. When you see red, stress will start. Okay. Okay, now. So now we have installed all these things. We need to open these things or not? See here. So in order to use node exporter, what is the port number for the node exporter? 91000. So now I need to take the IP address. Which IP address I need to take? Promograph. Yes or no? This is the place where I've installed. Copy this, paste it, and port number 91. Make sure that your security group should have all traffic or enable the port numbers. Enter. So node exporter is working. Working meaning node exporter is, let's say, agent, right? So it says that node exporter. If you click on metrics, do you see all the metrics are coming up? So this is the node exporter is the guy who is collecting all these metrics. Okay, node exporter is working. Next, what do we need to open? Prometheus. Prometheus working on 9090. Let's on get 9090. Prometheus is also up. Prometheus is also up. Okay. So now I install all the stuff in one machine or multiple machines? One machine only. So node 1, node 2, I didn't added this yet here. Okay, let's add later. But Prometheus is also working here. From Prometheus, you don't get anything much. It is the backend where it will give all the entire metrics information. But if you want to visualize, which one you need to open? They call in telegrams also, huh? Acha. Okay. So let's go with the. Okay, let's put what is the next IP address? Next port number? Hmm? Grafana 3000. Which one? And there we are, beautiful Grafana. So what is the default username? Admin. Password is also admin. So admin. So now it is asking for a change the password. I'm sending to root 123 and then root 123. Okay, same thing In Kubernetes also we install, and the Grafana here also we got the same thing. Now what we need to do first? Dashboards. Same concept, right? We can add the dashboards. So now we can import the dashboards. And then what's the number here I have given? 1860. It will do it, guys. First, we need to go with the data source. Which one? Prometheus got added. And then here we need to put the URL. What is the URL? Which IP address I need to put it here? Promograph only, right? This is where we have installed. There I have put the Kubernetes default Prometheus URL will be there. But here we have installed here, right? So copy this IP address and then 9090, right? HTTP :// 9090. So let's go ahead and then save. Now it's successfully added or not? Data source got added. And this is the Prometheus data source. Will give the whole data to the Grafana. And now on top of it, what we can do? We can visualize the data using Prometheus with the backend. So how do we do that? Let's go to the dashboard. New, which one? Import. What's the number? 1860. And you need to select here Prometheus and then import. You see the nice dashboards here. And here, how many machines? These are only local host or not? I am monitoring which machine? Which machine? Promograph only. Which machine I'm monitoring here? Promograph. So it is the details about the Promograph machine. So what is the CPU utilization? 47, all this RAM utilization, everything I can see from here. Online, clear how to set up and how to do this monitoring. And now let's go and add the worker nodes. Do we have only here? How many hosts are there here? Only one. So if I want to add multiple hosts, so first of all, what I need to install in the worker node? What is that agent called here? Node exporter. What is that we need to install here? Node exporter. So in the worker node, we'll go and set up installer. Nothing. Simple. Do you see here? Node exporter code is the script is there. You just take the script and then go to each and every server via node.sh. Install it and this machine also. So whichever that you want to monitor. So in all the machines, what we need to have? Node exporter need to be there. So this is installed and actively running. Node exporter is running. It's like agent on all the worker nodes that is running. So now it will take a few little bit time and then all the worker nodes will come here. But there is one thing that we need to do. So we have just installed somewhere in the worker nodes, but how is it connected to our Promograph server? So what we need to do, we need to add those nodes to our Promograph server somewhere in the configuration file or not. So for that reason here we need to mention, Dinesh, we need to mention here. So first of all, let's open our 1990. Where is our 1990? This is 1990. Our Prometheus. Just open it. See here status. And we have here targets. Say that. And do you see this here? The local host is up and running. But do we have worker 1, worker 2? These two are there. Is it now? It says what here? Down. It is not able to reach. Now we have a question, sir. Why it says worker 1? We didn't mention anywhere. In the script, I mentioned as worker 1 and worker node already. That's why it is here. So now what we do? Let's go and edit the host file and put our IP address of the worker node. Once I put the IP address of the worker node, then this Prometheus will go and grab these two worker nodes also or not? Okay. So how to do that? So just simply, there is a file called etc prometheus.yaml file. So let's go and cat it first in promo server. Okay. It says only here what? Target is only local host. And do you see this here? Targets here, local host is, and then what is here? Worker -1 and worker -2 are there. But those are reachable here now? No, we need to add the names. So which is the file where to add the name is etc host file. Say that. Say that vi, which one? etc host. Here we need to add those names. What is the host name we have added there? Okay, what's the IP address of one node? Take the IP address of node 1, copy this, okay, paste it and call it as what? What is the name? In that before I have given worker -1, na? Worker -1. So, yeah. Worker -1. And then we need to take one more IP address. Guys, save these things because in real time, you'll go mad setting up all these things. 100%. And then I call it as worker 2. Saved. So now what we need to, so we saved it. And then after some time, if you go to Prometheus, these are down, right? After a couple of seconds or of a minute. So these two should be up or not? Because our promo gap server are trying to query these two servers. Let's see. Appa. So now my Prometheus also is monitoring these two machines now. And as this Prometheus is added as a data source in Grafana, now Grafana can pull all the information or not? Yes. After some time here, yeah, that will be automatically. Yes, default only. So here after some time, what we get here? Worker 1, worker 2 will get automatically after some time. Worker -1. So worker -2. So let it come up. Let it come. Guys, understood, na? Okay. Now got it? Worker 1 and then worker. So if you want to monitor worker 1, see nicely you can monitor it. CPU utilization is 86%, which is so worker 2. So you can monitor entire infrastructure using Prometheus and Grafana or not? This is right. Clear? Online, did you got this? Don't worry how to set up. Yes. In Kubernetes, you don't need to add it manually, no? So Kubernetes cluster already have. If you're monitoring the cluster also have the nodes automatically. Clear? Hmm? Online. And then see here, whatever we have done till now is what? Prometheus and Grafana. Did we work on the logs? No, right? Should we work on the logs? Logs meaning two things that you should come in your mind. What are those? One is Loki, Lokesho. Another one is Promtail. Which one? Loki and Promtail. Online, put in the chat. What are those two things? Loki and Promtail. So for Loki and Promtail is an agent or not? Loki is a aggregation tool, log collector tool. So for this also we need to set up one more server or not? But we are so-called DevOps engineers. So let us think smart. Many people, everyone, what they do is they will launch one more EC2 instance and install that separately. But here we know Docker concept, right? Why can't we pull the images? And why can't we run Loki and Promptail on the Docker containers? Yes or no? So now what we can do is in this our promo graph, let us install Docker and then set up what? Loki and Promptail. It will be different. Okay. What's the command to install? Yum install -5. Which one? See, log monitoring with Loki and Promptail. To set up Loki and Promptail Docker to save, I wrote this to save money. So let us install Docker and then start the Docker. What's the command to start the Docker? System ctl. Okay. Now what we do? Let's create a directory because we have few YAML files available in the GitHub. We can directly use that and install, we can run the containers directly. Okay. So for that, what I'm creating a nice direct called Grafana configs. Grafana configs is there. Go inside the Grafana configs and let us go and download Loki and let us also download Promptail. So let us download this too. Download it and also download Promptail. See here, two files are there, two YAML files are there. One is Loki, another one is Promptail. So now I need to create how many containers for this? Two containers. One is for Loki, another one is for Promptail. So don't worry, I gave the command, but little bit bhayanak command is this. Docker run -d name is Loki, and then here it is, we are mounting the config file, and then we are exporting, we are exposing, mapping the port number, which one? 3100, and this is the image, and then the YAML file we are providing, whatever we have downloaded. So just take this. See here, don't remember all these steps. Document is there, just follow it. You should know how to monitor it. Like how we created dashboards, how we set up these things, right? Worker notes, all these things you need to know. All these commands, anyone can do it. So now here, our Docker is ready. And then our port number is what? 3100. So Loki is working or not? Let's go and check. Which IP address I need to put here? Which one? Promograph. So go to Promograph. What's the port number? 3100. Okay. I was when I was doing this, I don't know, 40 page not found. So that meaning the service is working, but there is no page with that port number. Then I found out slash. You put ready, ready, ready. What it says? Ingester not ready. Waiting for 15 seconds after being ready. So what you need to put here? Ready. What you need to put? Or else you can put here metrics. What's that? So, metrics are ready or not? So let's wait. Now it says, so Loki Baya is ready. Loki Baya is ready. So our container is running. Loki is ready. So we need to create one more container for whom? Promptail. Which one? Let's go and run the Promptail. So Promptail has any GUI? No, it is the backend agent. Super. So our Loki is ready, Nana. Loki is ready. With what is the URL here? This is the URL. Now let's go to our Grafana. You're able to understand connections. Huh? So what I did, I'll explain again. What I did here, first one, when we started the class, Kubernetes cluster, we monitored using Prometheus Grafana. Done. Clear? Okay. That is done. Second thing, what we did, 3 machines. So I want to show you how to monitor the nodes individually without microservices, right? Kubernetes concept without normal machines, how to monitor it. So 3 machines I took. First machine, Prometheus Grafana is set up, and then I set up everything and it's working. That is fine. Next, worker node, we need to install node exporter, and then that worker nodes also monitor from the Grafana. Yes or no? Grafana is in which machine? Promograph. Grafana is the main front end guy. And in the back end, you put so many data sources. What is one data source here? Prometheus. Another data source is Loki. Prometheus is for monitoring metrics, and Loki is for logs. Now, what did I set up here now? Loki I set up. In order Loki to work, what I need to set up in the backend agent? From tail. Understood the connections? Huh? You need to go home and then take the paper and pen and then put the connections. But you understand, no? Again, so the main thing is what? Grafana. Which one? Grafana. Grafana has multiple data source. Data source. What is one data source? Prometheus. Another data source is Loki. Okay. And we open this big one. And then Grafana will give you what? Dashboards. What we give? And dashboards uses in the backend. Dashboard uses what? Data source. Data source. What is one data source we are using? Prometheus. Another data source is Loki. So Prometheus with data source, I already showed you. Now I need to go to Grafana and take the data source called Loki. So I'm just going to our, why did I do this? Okay. I go to Grafana, and then what we need to do? Okay. So here, what I need to do? I need to go and add what? First, we need to add the data source or not? Let's go to add. What is the data source I have here? Only Prometheus. And what is data source? Add new data source. Which data source I need to add here? Okay. And what is the URL? IP address of Promograph. Very good. Very good. So this one, right? And then IP address of Promograph 3100. And then here, save. So data source successfully connected now. So my Loki is ready now. Loki is ready. So now Loki is ready. Loki has already prompt tail in the backend. Prompt tail entire logs are given to now Loki. Now Loki is loaded with the logs. Now that logs need to visualize it by Grafana. Right? So now how to do? Do you see on the left side explore? Go to explore. And which is the data source I need to select here? Okay. And then there is a label called, for example, logs, var logs, it is join. And then query inspector. So refresh it. Guys, do you see the logs here in the bottom? Do you see the logs? All the logs. You can download it. You can do a lot of things. If you start working on this, it is endless. So you can get the live logs also. Start live stream of your logs, right? And then you can do a lot here. You understand how to get the logs also from using Loki and Promptail? Hmm? Online. And here you can write your own label filters and queries here. You can write your own queries. Online, is this clear now? And last thing here is alerts. On the left side, what we have? Alerting. So we have seen what? Monitoring. We have seen logging. And the third one is what? Alerts. So alert things, if you expand this, we have first what you need to create? Contact points. For this, what you need to know? Remember in Jenkins, we have set up your Google account SMTP. In your Google account SMTP. And you need to generate the password there. Same concept. I'm giving the steps for you, right? Just go ahead and then what you do, you just need to create a contact point and then set up all these things, name and then email. So I just gave here. Do you see? First, you need to go to your Google account, security, do and get the password, and go to this file etc grafana.ini and set your SMTP, Gmail ID, and everything, right? And then go to Grafana alert rule, contact point, create name, email, test. So here you give this name and then email. You just give the email here, email address, trainer, yes, at the rate gmail.com. And then what you need to do? Test. It will fail here. Why? I didn't do any configuration in the backend. If you're doing the configuration, if you click on send test, now SMTP not configured. So you need to configure this SMTP inside this file. Nothing, you just need to copy paste it, but till here, not this, huh? Till here, copy paste it and change your these things. And then wherever you go and wherever the metrics that you're creating it, and for every metric, alerting option will be there and select this contact point and then alerts will come to you. Which one? Let's say, for example, I didn't create any contact point here. Let's say save contact point, Riaz, right? So now, okay. So let's go to uh, dashboard. So we have only one dashboard here. Let's say go here. So do you see, let's say CPU related thing, huh? Figure two more. Do you see new alert rule? Go here and then give the name and you just mention your conditions. What is the condition? Is above, below range, you mention the range and select the here contact point. Contact point is Riaz. Bus. Whenever that and then save it. Whenever the CP relation is going based on your threshold you have given, and automatically you get the emails. Okay, is this clear, guys? Understood? Clear? Any questions? Online, Prajwal or someone was asking about alerts and all, right? Clear? Will you able to set up and play with it? Hmm? Understand the logics? Any questions? I saw the time 8:30. Correct. Yeah. Okay. So as I told you, there are so many monitoring tools are available. It's very easy to set up, but at least Prometheus Grafana we have covered. So we can do Splunks also. We can do Nagios. There's New Relic, Datadog. So many top tools are available, right? So and each company will be using some tools, and it is not guaranteed that they'll be using Prometheus and Grafana. It's depend upon the company. So and the tools might have already set up. You just need to use it there. Okay. So, but from Prometheus Grafana point of view, in interview they will ask which is the monitoring tool that you know or to used. Then you should say what? Prometheus and Grafana. And they will ask how to set up Prometheus. how to set up Grafana, what is Prometheus, what is Grafana, what is the difference between these two, and which port number it is using, and then how do you configure it, how do you see the dashboard, how to configure the dashboards, and how to set up alerts, and also how to add a new node to the Prometheus and Grafana, and how do you aggregate the logs. So what is the tool that you're using to aggregate the logs? What is the difference between Loki and Promptail? And how do you monitor Kubernetes cluster? Everything we have covered or not? All these are all entry questions related to the monitor. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be jumping on to the another powerful tool, Mr. Terraform. We'll go slowly. And then from tomorrow, shake your heads. And then no need to remember the tools. You need to tell what do you call Prajwal. Logically, you need to tell. No one will ask you how to install. Right? So how to install, no need to say. So the script is available. You can use it. And then yeah, tomorrow Terraform will go slowly, point by point. And by what I said, I was saying is, it's all about little bit coding. What's that? We use HashiCorp, HCL, HashiCorp language, HCL, HashiCorp, right? And then tomorrow, many people will not be using Visual Studio. So developers uses Visual Studio, but we're not using Visual Studio. If you want, you can use it, install and use it. Anything is fine. In Visual Studio meaning VS Code. So VS Code, you can use it. Notepad, Notepad++, you can use it. And then in VS Code, you download the VS Code and go to the extensions. And then you need to add an extension called Terraform. That's it. Install that extension and then start writing the code. Right? So, and what I'll be doing is, I'll be launching EC2 instance. And that in that EC2 instance, we'll learn the Terraform. Anything is fine. There are multiple ways to do it. Some people use Notepad. Some people use VS Code. Developers all use the VS Codes. And then DevOps engineers, you and me, like, to learning purpose. While learning purpose, you'll be going and learning in the EC2. We launch one EC2 instance, VI, and then we'll write the code there. VI editor is there, no? And it is to destroy, easy to do everything. And then everything is within AWS only. It will be faster for you. Otherwise, it will depend upon the internet connection from local to AWS. Okay. So meanwhile, complete all the practicals with you. And tomorrow you need to come with the mindset that you should do a little bit of coding. But I'll try my best to show you that this is not looking like coding. I'll try my best. But you need to effort. Till now, till here it is something, and the last Terraform definitely needs a coding little bit. And by the way, keep this in mind. You no need to write everything from scratch. Terraform templates will be available. You need to understand it. But here slowly, few Terraform templates we'll write from with our hands until you are familiar with it. Then we'll take the templates. Okay. Okay. No need, Harshit. We use Argo Suite for the continuous deployment. Are you teaching any scripting language? No. You can go with what do you call? I was asking, what is that question? Scripting. So if you want, if you're interested, you can learn shell scripting little bit. This will be useful. Whatever the installation that we are doing, all the shell scripting or not? Are you going to start AWS class in March or April? Okay, in the morning, 10:30, right? In this month only we'll start. in this month only, Ravi. Okay. All right, Nana. So can you give the final CC for today, please? See. So let's say bye-bye to Kubernetes. Okay. So from tomorrow onwards, your efforts a lot. Thank you, Dinesh. Right. And tomorrow onwards, we'll go with what, Nana? Terraform. Okay. So that's all. Let's connect tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Good night.